name is Titus the Tyrannosaur, and today we're taking a look at the masters of the WWE Universe, Macho Man Randy Savage. And before we get into this video, let me tell you how I got this figure. So, it's actually, I got really lucky with this guy. So I was just, going through a disc store and, just minding my own business, looking at some, vintage Nintendo stuff. And then, boom! Macho Man comes out of nowhere. He was just in a case lying around for $14, and since these are Walmart exclusive, I could not find this for the life of me. I've been wanting to review this figure for so damn long. It's just been such a journey to find this figure. Like, I've looked through a bunch of Walmarts, I've gone very far and nothing, and all of a sudden I just go through a DVD store and find this guy for $14.99, while the first series figures cost $25. I mean, the people at the disc store clearly were not doing their research, but bad for them, but good for me. Let's get into the packaging of this figure. And if you want a certain review, subscribe and tell us what to do. So for the packaging, we have the Masters of the WWE Universe logo. We have the Macho Man Randy Savage, the Master of Macho Madness. Ooh, yeah. Down here, we got the actual Macho Man down here. We got the highly articulated for power posing burst and the Mattel logo. And for the back, it is actually nicely made with some art right there, with a little description and a little burst that says include collector booklet. And right here in the description it says freak out as Macho Madness spreads through all corners of WWE Eternia. There is only one man who has the power to control it, the Macho Man Randy Savage. Ooh yeah. There's the figures that are available for the line. Right there we got Rey Mysterio, we got Macho Man Randy Savage, which we have right here. We got Faker John Cena, and we have Roman Reigns, because it wouldn't be a WWE toy line if Roman Reigns wasn't in it. And we got the little action features of the Macho Man right here, in which it is actually resembling the battle damage, but we'll get to that later. But now let's actually open the packaging. And the box was kind of damaged, so I might as well just open this figure anyway. Here we have the comic book, and inside the comic book there's a little profile of Macho Man Randy Savage, and here's the little just burst that is always on these figures. And here is the actual one-page comic book. Macho Man fights his way through the Skull King's lair. Macho Man is running wild. Ooh yeah. You can't see me. Ooh yeah. Hey there, you come for the crown of WWE Eternia, Macho Man. The champ is here! Time to play the game. Your battle armor absorbed the blast? Meh. Meh? Meh? Does this guy sound like somebody that would say meh? I know it's supposed to sound like Skeletor, but meh? Meh? The cream always rises to the top. Yeah. And then we have the little cross cell on the back, which is pretty reminiscent of the old line. This cream is in reference to one of Macho Man's best promos from after Wrestlemania 3, in which Macho Man lost the Intercontinental belt from Ricky Steamboat. In this promo, he says that he is the cream of the crop, and he will rise to the top despite Jack Tunney making Macho Man lose on purpose. The promo is also where his attire comes from. The reason why they chose this promo is obvious. Besides it being one of Macho Man's most iconic promos, the Macho sunglasses also fit the old battle damage action feature of the old He-Man line. But back to the promos. This wasn't the only great promo of Macho Man's career. He started his career in the GCW, or Georgia Championship Wrestling, as the Spider, which the Wikipedia article says was similar to Spider-Man. Yeah, I see no difference. He left to ICW and then went to the WWF. His first appearance was in Tuesday Night Titans. He won his first title feud with Tito Santana, in which he arguably won with a piece of metal in his hand. Where he got that is up to anybody's speculation. He also had some feuds with George the Animal Steel, in which the Animal developed a crush on Ms. Elizabeth, which was Macho Man's manager and wife at the time. This culminated in Wrestlemania 2, in which he defeated him. Another memorable feud was with Hulk Hogan after Macho Man caught Hulk Hogan doing some bad stuff with Ms. Elizabeth, like putting her on his shoulders. You may have noticed that most of the feuds that I had listed had to do with love. That's because this entire section was secretly a plot for me to complain about the Lana storyline. Please, Vinnie Mac, let it die! Oh. Another memorable moment from his career was in his Wrestlemania 3 match with Ricky Steamboat, and that's good. I'm not even gonna say the results or how the match went because that's good. Talking about good shit, the promos this man made were beautiful. They were pretty good. Just like this figure. The sculpting and the body are just the new modern Masters of the Universe style build, with the ripped muscles just like the old He-Man line, but with more articulation. And as for the painting, the only paint there is on the wrists, the boots, and on the waist with the stars, and the Macho Man name on the back. The overall figure is a crossover of Man-at-Arms and the Battle Armor figures from 1984. The Man-at-Arms details are visible, with his shin guards and his mace being included, which are pretty accurate to the original accessories, just upscaled. However, his arm guard is not there, which would look good if he had it, and the new accessories are more yellow compared to the somewhat transparent orange of the original Man-at-Arms accessories. And as for the resemblance of the Battle Armor figures, this figure does have a similar design to those figures, but its feature isn't really the same. In the original figures, you would tap the figure's chest, and that would change the battle armor to a more damaged one. This was powered by an interior spring, and that feature is very cool, even to this day. Unfortunately, that isn't the case with this figure. This guy comes with 3 battle armor panels, which can be switched from undamaged to slightly damaged to... These guys are nicely painted, although unlike the originals, the dents aren't 3D, but are just painted on. But also unlike the original, the chest isn't a cylinder that spins inside the body, therefore limiting the sculpting. But these panels were created for a more posable figure after all, not a playable one. Speaking about posability, this figure has the basic modern Masters of the Universe figure build. A swivel at the head, his arm can do a 360, but it can also move out. A bend at the elbow, but it is kind of on a ball joint type of thing. A swivel at the wrist, but it can also move from side to side and up and down. A swivel at the waist, a ball joint at the thigh area, a bend in the knee section, a swivel at the boots, and the pivot on the foot, but it can also move up and down. So overall, his posability is pretty good. But anyway, let's call upon the Storm Shadow Army for this guy to receive his final judgment. So I'd give this figure 2 Storm Shadows out of 3 because this figure is absolutely amazing. This figure is an overall amazing figure and is a great display piece if you want a Masters of the Universe style Macho Man, or if you want one to display with your AWA Remcos by taking his armor completely off. My only complaint is the absence of his action feature based on the old figures, but a gimmicky figure doesn't seem to be the goal of this line. Other than that, I'd say that this figure's pretty good. I recommend buying it if you're a WWE fan or a Masters of the Universe fan, and at $14.99 it's a bit less than an Elite figure, but it's way better than a basic. So anyway, that's the end of this video. Like, comment, share, do all the things that you gotta do, and I'll see you guys in the next video.